Okay, so chapter 11, we basically is talking about second degree equation, quadratic equation, and the quadratic function. Now, if you have two second degree equation, how you solve for it? Let's talk about what type of question we may have. The easiest type of the question for quadratic equation, maybe you can see that x squared equals to 5, for example, is a perfect square. And in this case, you may say then x equals to how you solve for it. Remember, I talked about the action on last video. You cancel out the square and become plus minus square root. So 5. So x will be positive negative 5. So this is the easiest type of the question. Now, how about the other type of question? A little harder. A little harder, we say x take away 1 square equals to 5. Still a perfect square. But inside the perfect square, we have x minus 1 instead of just simply x. Okay, so then we solve for x minus 1 first. And the same thing, we do the same action. So you cancel out square, then you have plus minus square root. So you have 5 and the equal. Then you plus 1 on both sides. So you have this answer. Still easy, right? But how about this type of question? Let me change the color. So if you have a perfect square equals to a constant number, then it's easy. You just do the same action, cancel out the perfect square, and then put the plus minus square root. Then you can solve for it. Okay. Now, the next type of the equation maybe is a little harder. Let me choose a color. Which color is better? Okay, purple. Okay. So if you have x squared, perfect square, and then plus x plus 1 equals to 5. Now you have some x not inside the perfect square. So when I say perfect square is all the x inside the perfect square and then equals to a constant number. Then that's an easy type of question. And what's not easy is this type. These two x not in the perfect square form. Then it's harder. So for math, always when the question become harder, I will say try to make a question easier. How to make this question easier? You try to make this question go back to the easier type of the question. So what's the easier type? If you can make everything equal to inside the perfect square, and then equals to some number. If you can change a quadratic equation to become a perfect square form, then it becomes easy type of the question. So right now today we want to learn how to complete square. How to complete square. So it means if you have x everywhere, not inside the perfect square, can you complete those x inside one perfect square? Now, it involves a formula we learned before. So we learned that if you have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, then it's a perfect square, a plus b squared. So how we complete square? If you can create a squared plus b squared and also create 2ab in the middle, then you may complete square. Okay, so let's take a look at this question. You have a squared, and I will say this is 2ab, but where is b squared? This is not b squared. Why is not? Doesn't match. Why is doesn't match? 2ab is 2 times a. Right now a is x, right? And the times b. So the whole thing is x. So x equal to 2xb. What's b? Will be you divide by 2x, divide by 2x. Actually, we don't need to worry about x, right? So b cancel out, b equals to 1/2. Okay, so in this case, if you have 1/2, then that's better, but we have 1 here. So basically, first step, I will get rid of 1, and then we can take care of the 1/2 later. Okay, so remember this formula. In order to have a perfect square, a plus b perfect square, you need to have a square and the b square, not only a square, b square, you need to have 2ab. Okay, so let me erase all the writing and then we can really start doing the work. So in order for the first example to be easier to work with, so let me choose the question x squared plus 2x plus 3 equals to 0. Now, you may ask me, teacher, how about if the question is 3x squared plus 5x plus 7 equals to 0? Yes, I want you to pay attention for now, okay? Right now, my leading coefficient is 1. It's still an easier type of the question. And when the question become harder, you may have a leading coefficient not 1. Then it will be harder, a little harder. But once we learn how to deal with the easier question, then the harder question just one more step away. So it becomes not that hard. But right now, so far, let me choose the example for the leading coefficient is 1. So when leading coefficient is 1, I say it's easier right now. Okay. So next step, you want to have a perfect square, right? You want to have perfect square. If you want to have a perfect square, you want to follow the formula. So you want to have a square and then plus 2ab. So b is something you don't know. And then plus b squared. You want this. And this b here, you can kind of guess. B looks like a 1 here, right? 2xb. They need to be equal, then b need to be 1. I will show you how to calculate the b. Okay? Sometimes it's not that obvious like this time, but we have a way to show it. Just make it equal and solve for b. But you don't say b squared equals 3. No, it's too dangerous to say that. So whenever we have an equation like that, I will say first step, you take away 3. So after you take away 3, there's nothing here. So this is gone. So this is nothing, right? This is 0. And then you have equals to -3. Oh, I didn't do it very good. Okay, so this is the same thing, right? So from the original equation, I move this 3 from left hand side to right hand side become -3. So this one, okay, I take away 3. So I have -3. So right now, equation 1, equation 2, they are the same equation. I simply move 3 to right hand side become -3. Okay? And then from here, let me rewrite one more time. A squared plus 2x times b plus something need to equals to -3. But if you want to plus, we want to plus b squared. Yes, right? We want to plus b squared. So something new here. Plus b squared, then you need to balance on both sides. If you plus b squared on the left hand side, you need to plus b squared on the right hand side. So again, let me review each step one more time. So from the original equation, what you have to do for the first step? Oh, sorry. So that's the original equation, number 1. From the original equation, you take away 3 on both sides. No problem, right? So this one become 0. This one become -3. So it's good. And then, according to the formula looks like this. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared to have a perfect square. To have a plus b squared. So, in order to have a perfect square, you need to have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Now, there's no choice for 2ab. It's already there. 2ab is 2ab. Then you need to solve for b. How you solve for b? That's the skill, okay? And it becomes a formula for how you can solve for b. So pay attention here. 2x is 2ab. 2x equals to 2xb, right? And the x is always cancel out. So basically, we pay attention on the important number, this number. 2 equals to 2 times b, because x is always x. 2 equals to 2 times b. So cancel out 2, b equals to 1. So we find the b is 1. So this is 1 square, and you have 1 square here. So step 4, you have x squared plus 2 times x times 1 plus 1 square equals to -3 plus 1 square. So you have perfect square. X square plus 1 square. Left hand side don't change anymore because we on purposely completed square, and then equal to -2. So x plus 1 square equals to -2. Okay, so this is the first example, and then I'm going to give you one more example. So one more example, let's try to do this. Then after we have few examples, then I will deduct the formula for you, and it become your extra credit. Okay, so another example, how about we make the number more complicated? X squared plus 3x plus 2 equals to 0. This question, if you really factor by Fourier, you may solve it, right? X plus 1 equals 0, x plus 2 equals to 0, x equals to -1, x equals to -2. Okay, now, even though this question you are able to factor by Fourier, but on chapter 11, since we are learning how to complete square, so on the test, you may need to read the instruction. If the instruction say solve by completing square, then you don't supposed to show me the work how to factor by Fourier. Okay. So this question, if I ask you, so by completing the square, then what should you do? So step 1, remember what's the step 1? You get rid of the constant number here. So let me use this color. So step 1, you take away 2 here, right? You take away 2. So you have x squared plus 3x equals to -2. And then step 2, you want to complete square. How to complete square? You want to find what's b. After you find what's b, then you can complete square. So completing square, basically you need to find b square. But first, before you find b square, to complete square, you need to find b. How you find b? Basically, you need to take care of 2x, right? And it means this is b here, right? 3xb is 2ab. Okay, here I choose a very special number, happen to be 2 here. But actually, the formula is 2ab. A squared plus 2ab plus b squared. If you factor by Fourier, it will be a plus b times a plus b, which is a plus b squared. So in order to make a formula 2ab to complete square, 3xb need to become 3x, not a 3xb, my mistake. This is 3x. So not 3xb, that's my mistake. Okay, so let me say one more time. X squared plus 3x plus 2 is the original equation, and then I take away 2 on both sides to make a no constant number. Now you want to plus b squared. But what's the b squared? B is not here, sorry. Okay, in this case 2ab, because this is 2, you can say 2ab. But right now we don't have 2 here, right? So 3x need to be 2ab. So let me rewrite here. So basically that's what you have to do is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And I don't suppose to plus b squared here, because if I plus b squared here, I need to plus b squared on the other side. And then I need the left hand side to become this. So what should I do? Basically, I want, if I plus b squared, then I need to plus b squared. Okay, so it need to be negative 2 plus b squared. But I need to find b squared. How I find b squared? How I find b squared? I use this part. This part. And the a is x. A is x. So 3x equals to 2xb. So basically, we never need to worry about x, right? So the formula is 3 equals to 2b. This number 3 supposed to be 2b. Or by the formula, this number divided by 2. b is this number 3 divided by 2. It becomes formula. Okay, so this is 3 half. This is 3 half. This is 3 half. This is 3 half. And then we keep going. So after we find b is 3 half, then you can rewrite this question. Number 3, you have x squared plus 2ab plus b squared equals to negative 2 plus b squared. And this b we just found out. It need to be 3 half. 3 half. 3 half. Why is 3 half? Because you have only 3x. You have only 3x. So this 2 times 2, you times x, you times 2 to the x, so you have to divide by 2. Okay. So step 4, you have complete square, x square, and the 3 half square, perfect square. And then you take care of this part. And then we can solve for the equation. So this is negative 4 over 4. Ooh, no, negative 8 over 4. Let me do it slowly. So this negative 2 plus 9 over 4. 9 over 4, you have 2 times 4 times 4. So x plus 3 half square equals to 1 over 4. Negative 8 plus 9. And then when you get rid of the perfect square, you put the plus minus square root. And then you solve for x. So so let me give you one more example. Then I will deduct the formula for you. So the new example, I will directly use the new formula I talk about. How you use the new formula. Okay. Okay, so let me have a new example. How about x squared plus 7x plus 4? I just randomly created one question. And how to complete square? First, I take away 4. I take away 4 on both sides. Looks nice. Take away 4. Change color. Okay. So after I take away 4, then I have x squared plus 7x, and I leave the space for me to complete square. And then I use this space to complete square. How I complete square? I need to find b. And what's b? This number 7 divided by 2. That's the formula. 7 divided by 2. That's the b. Okay. So why is that? Because 7 need to be 2 times 7 divided by 2. And then x. 2ab. So 7 divided by 2, you find the b. Now, once you understand the logic here, it's very easy to find b. You use 7 divided by 2. Then you have b, and then complete square, you want the b square. If you plus b square, on the left hand side, you need to plus b square. So this is 49 over 4. 7 over 2 square. Okay, that's the same thing. Then keep going. You make complete square right now is x plus 7 over 2. X plus 7 over 2 square equals to this number negative 16 over 4 plus 49 over 4. So x plus 7 over 2 square equals to, wow, very good. What's that? 33 over 4. That's fine. So how to solve for the perfect square? When you have perfect square, then it becomes easy, right? You take away square, put the plus minus square root. Then you have x plus 7 over 2 equals to plus minus square root of 33 over 4. Then we simplify. How to simplify? The answer on the homework PDF file, I show the detailed work. When you do homework, you may know how to do it. Okay. So far, this is the video for how to complete square. So I'm going to end the first part of the video right now. So this part just learn how to completing square and use this skill. Next video, I'm going to show you how to deduct the formula. So after you deduct the formula, you no longer need to complete square. We directly use formula. And I said the formula here, 7 divided by 2. This formula is just a very small formula for you to easily complete the square. But the completing square, the whole thing is a big job, a lot of work. So you may not want to always doing completing square and then find your solution. How about we use this completing square, this skill, and then we deduct the formula. And then next time when we want to solve for something, we may directly use the formula. So that's the idea. So anyway, how to complete square is very important. On the test, by the instruction, if I ask you to show the work by completing square, then you need to complete the square to solve for the solution. Okay, so see you on next video. I will keep going to work on how to deduct the formula and how to use formula. Okay, see you next time. Bye bye.